I think what you'll find is that in some ways there's a little bit of philanthropy behind this too. And that let's come back to your other question, which is what do you experience when you go to space?
Right.
That the few minutes that you will spend in microgravity, it's actually not zero gravity, it's called microgravity, where you are falling back to Earth and it gives you the sensation of zero gravity. During that time, you'll have a view of the curvature of the Earth. You will see the thin blue strip of our atmosphere that protects every piece of life on this planet from the solar radiation and vacuum of space.
Right.
You will see a world without borders. You will understand that there is so much of what we sort of fight over is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And we are tiny and insignificant, this pale blue dot that has to be protected. And that, they call it the overview effect. It's a very well documented experience among astronauts. That is a critically important psychological shift that happens when people go to space. It will impact the world beyond dollars. So I believe that when you look at Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos, who are the two main billionaire philanthropist business people in this space, they're spending a lot of money. I think Bezos says he spends about $1 billion a year to try and get his company Blue Origin to space. They're not just doing it for the dollars. They're doing it because they know they're going to change people's lives, and those people are going to come home and change the world. And that sort of much bigger than how much money they're going to make. I love that. It's also it's a burgeoning market, right? The first people to go anywhere never make money. It's building the industry for people to develop later.
Right. I love that. Okay. And thanks for going back to what they actually see when they're up there, because I still had that in my notes, and I'm glad you touched on that, because especially that whole idea of that psychological shift.
Yeah.
Because I had the concrete things that you see and experience up there, but I didn't have that aspect to it. And that sounds like that's probably the biggest one.
Yes.
Or potentially the biggest one. Yeah. I love that. Okay.